Guitar solos can seem pretty intimidating when you're just getting started, because they look really flashy and it feels like there's a massive difference between learning some chords and playing along with the song and being able to solo, and specifically improvise or make up a solo on the spot. That's certainly what I thought when I was getting started, but once I started to learn, it's actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. And I think you'll find it's easier than you think as well. So I'm going to show you this really easy way to solo over pretty much any song in any key, just using 5 notes. So I'm going to play a riff in A, and all I need to do is I need to find the A note on the 6th string, so this low E string. So that's the 5th fret here. Now all I have to do is make this shape, and there's 2 notes per string. So now you can play any combination of those notes over a solo in A, and it will work. But let's say our song is now in B. Well, all I have to do is I have to find the B note on the 6th string and then just make that same shape again. And now any of those notes will work over a solo in B. And we can do that for any key. All we have to do is find the note on the 6th string and then make that same shape. Now, the real trick to this is making it sound like an intentional solo and not just following a pattern or even picking out random notes. And the easiest way to do that is to break your playing down into little phrases or ideas. Now, these little ideas and phrases are called licks, and you'll find your own licks over time as you play around and discover what sounds good to you. But you can also borrow them from other guitarists and songs as well, and that's a really good way to build out your soloing library. And because our licks are happening in that shape, it means that we can move them anywhere on the fretboard as well, so we can play these licks in any key. A really effective way to use licks is to actually repeat them, but add a little bit of variation each time. Even if you're not using licks and you're just going with the flow when you're playing, still try to use things like rhythm, pauses, and repetition to phrase your playing. Now, if you're having trouble with that, there's a few things that I do to get this technique down. The first one is just making sure that you've got that pattern memorized and in your hands. And the best way to do that is open up a backing track. I'd say open up a blues backing track in A minor, because it'll be easier to follow along with. And then just follow that pattern all the way through, starting at the 5th fret, because we're in A. Doesn't have to sound good, but just memorize that shape and get it in your hand. Then just try playing along a bit more musically. So you can either follow the exact pattern and breaking it up a little bit, or you can make your own licks as well. So something like that. Again, it doesn't have to sound good, we're just getting used to the idea of soloing. Now, if you're finding that a bit difficult, there's actually something you can do that I found really helped me when I was learning this for the first time. It sounds a little bit silly, but it works. At least it worked for me. And that is, instead of trying to play a solo or trying to improvise a solo, pretend that you're playing a guitar solo. Now, it sounds a little bit silly, but I found that it actually took quite a bit of pressure off, and I didn't have to think about sounding good. I just had to think about pretending to play a solo. So it helps you get a bit more used to the idea of playing around and experimenting, and also having fun with it. Now, before you go, let's just take a quick look at that shape again. You remember how I said it's 5 notes and then we play 12 notes? Well, it is actually 5 notes. So if we're starting on A, we've got A, C, D, E, and G. And then it goes A, C, D, E, and G again. And then it will go A, C, D, E, G. It just repeats those same 5 notes. Now this is called the A minor pentatonic scale. Penta meaning 5, tonic meaning notes. It's a 5-note scale. You might have heard of the pentatonic scale, you might not have, but it's one of the most important scales in guitar playing. And you've already learned the first position. Learning all the different positions and shapes on the fretboard means that you can play those notes anywhere, so you've got a lot more options when it comes to soloing. So check out my video here that shows you how to play this scale across the entire fretboard by breaking it down into the little patterns like the one we learned today. As always, if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to help. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I really hope this helped, and I'll see you in the next one.